Hey, Kevin Coy here, Kevin's Micro Homestead, a self-reliantlife.com. Go check them out. And just wanted to give you an update on some of the projects we've been doing. And we've had crazy weather the last 30 days. We've had unprecedented amount of record-breaking rain, over 16 inches for the month, which is more than twice what we normally get. It broke a 100-year-old record in rainfall, which is, really caught us off guard because this is not a rainy month, but it sure turned out to be, and slowed us down on some of our projects and had us scrambling to take some precautionary measures with things that we weren't planning on doing right at this moment. So we've had hurricane strength winds. We had tornadoes right off the beach out here. I know you're feeling sorry for me. I live on the beach. And then we had an earthquake the other day. So we've been kind of getting all these pestilences, if you will. And so it's had us scrambling a little bit for keeping up with everything. But I just wanted to give you an update. We got the power started. Plumbing's done. Put the main panel in right here. It's a 100 amp panel. That's all we need for this size of the house. A typical house has a 200 amp panel in it to carry all the needs of all the power throughout a larger house. But since we're in a small one, we are only going with 100 amps here, which leaves us 200 amps outside on the main pedestal that's feeding this one, and we've already taken 50 amps down to our main outbuilding down here, where we've run power for washer and dryer and a freezer and lights and some outlets for working with power tools and so forth, and brought power back up to here temporarily so we can work on this project. So I've got my first circuit started here going through this side of the house, and kind of what the first thing you want to do when you're deciding what where to start with your electrical is to put all the boxes in where you want them. So right now you can see a lot of little square plastic blue boxes, and that's basically, those are just outlet and switch boxes that you can nail right on. Real inexpensive little item that we get a hold of at the hardware, and then they make a round one, and that's using those for lights. And so they'll be up in the ceiling if you want one, or out at the front door coming in if you need an outside light, that kind of thing, or in your bathroom, wherever you're going to put an outlet. This allows you to screw the hardware for the fixture on later. And so we went around and decided where we wanted to put those so that we knew how we were going to lay out running our wires through the wall. And right now, this is just a standard outlet setup for this these two walls here. The back wall of the house is all we needed was a bunch of outlets, and you gotta, this is a 24-foot wall. You gotta have an outlet every 12 feet, no less than every 12 feet, so that you're not typical cord on something that's 6 feet long, and they don't want you running extension cords across the floor and then having somebody trip. So they want you to at least have one within 12 feet. And so that's what we did. We got one up here for our TV. We're going to mount a TV up here. So we stuck an outlet up there for that. And these are all run on one circuit. And you can see, if you start over here at the panel, the first thing I did was I ran some wire down out of the panel through a knockout. I've got enough Romex here to hook into my breaker, which I'll do later. So I've just got it tucked back here. And then I run my power down to that first outlet. Then from there I pull another line, and I come through here, and I drilled all the way through the walls over to the next box, drop my cord in there, and then I pulled another one to come out to follow in circuit down to the next one, which happens to be up here. Ran my cord in, ran another cord out. I leave myself a good 6 or 8 inches hanging out of the box, and a little bit of loose in the back here. This is a electrical tip for you. Give yourself a little slack in here behind the wall, so if any time in the future you've got to rewire a plug or a switch, you can, and you lose a little bit of wire here clipping them off, then you've got some extra to pull up, and you don't have to worry about running short. So you can see I got a little bit of a loop over there for the same reason. And so back out of this box over to here and so on, and we just keep following in and out through all these outlets. And I've got, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And that takes care of my outlets And all my wiring for those two walls, there's nothing else that's going to go in on these two walls. They're just the outside peripheral. Well, we're going to have an outside outlet out here. That's code, so we'll put another wire in and stick an outside box out there. This wall's done, and then the majority of the electrical is going to be over here in the kitchen and bathroom for the rest of the wiring in the house. So other than some outlets and switches in the peripheral walls, the rest of it's going to be in here for lighting, for power to the refrigerator, the stove, counter outlets for appliances. Our two heavy power users in this house are going to be the dryer at 30 amps and the hot water tank at 30 amps. It's going to be sitting right here, so we're going to bring two 30 amp circuits, one for each of these over here, just for them. I'm going to have a 120 outlet here to plug the washing machine in, and some outlets for in here, and a couple of light switches. So you're going to want a light switch at any door, so that as you walk into a room, you can turn a light on. Don't come in here and fall on your face because you tripped over something and you can't see where you're going. So this light will be a three-way where you can turn it on over here and then turn it back off when you go out the next door. So that's kind of how that works. We're going to do the same thing coming in the front door. This is our bathroom sort of mudroom door, if you will, coming off the porch. The main door will have the same. We'll have a light for the outside, a light coming in so you can turn the light on as you walk into the house, and then probably going to have a switch somewhere else so you can turn it off on the other side of the room or other side of the house, so you're not having to go all the way back and then try to walk back in the dark, which defeats the purpose. So that's kind of just a brief overview of the power that we're putting in right now, and as we progress along, we'll give you some updates, show you what's going on. So with that, I'll see you on the next video.